Welcome to Adventures in Gaming, everybody. Today we're going to go over some of the garage menus for F1 2014. I have found that some of the people that I race with are new to F1 and don't quite know their way around their screens and how to get around and how to make adjustments and just generally where to go in F1 2014. So today we're going to cover the garage. In the garage, you've got three different main areas that you can scroll left to right to. The first one is your engineer, the second one is your car top computer, and the third one is your tires. In your tire selection screen, you have four sets of tires. The top two are going to be for dry conditions and the bottom two are going to be for wet conditions. During a dry race, you're going to have to run both primes and options if you're running a 25% or greater race. You can start your race on either tire, but basically the way these work is the farther up the list you go, the more grip but the less wear they're going to be having on them. So if you go into the tire selection screen under the options there, you can see that you've got 6 circles there. The first two on the left are grayed out, which means they are not available to you. They're basically sets of tires. The right 4 are available to you, and they show the amount of grip and how much wear you have left on your tire. There's a number set in the bottom there that shows 0.5 and I think 15 laps on there. I usually go by the percentage number in the middle of the tire just to kind of show how much wear I have on that tire. So you get 4 sets of tires, but you actually have to use those up between practices, qualifying, and race. So if you keep switching out your tires during practice, you will not have any tires left to qualify for. So that's just something to be aware of when you're selecting your tires during your different sessions. If we go back and we scroll to the center to the car top computer and select it, there's 3 screens that are available in this area. If you look in the lower left hand corner, there's a little gear, a little 08, and then a little car. The first screen, if you select the button, it basically shows you people's lap times and what your lap times are, and you can see where you fall in each section of the track and then overall in your lap times. It also has a timer in the upper right if you're in a practice session or a qualifying session to let you know how much time is left. So then if you go into the center where it says 08, that's the information that tells you what kind of weather you're going to have and the ability to skip through to different sessions. If you notice there, you can select and then scroll over to the qualifying section and then select that, and then you can skip and then basically get out of your hour-long practice session if you feel like that you're as fast as you're going to get. Going back, you slide over left to select the little gear, and that is your car setup. There's a couple of different areas that you can go to here. You can do quick setups, and if you select quick setup, you can see from the screen there that you basically got like 6 different selections, either from wet to dry, and you just slide the slider from left to right, and it basically toward the left makes the car grip the track better but makes you slower, and toward the right makes the car more aerodynamic and less wind resistant but makes you looser and faster. Now going back into the main car setup screen, you can select the gear, and with the A button there on the Xbox 360, it's whatever on the PlayStation, but press the tuning button and that will get you into an area where you can adjust 6 different aspects of your car setup. I'm not going to really go over all those now and what they do. I may do that in the future and give you some adjustments, but I'm pretty much new to car setup myself, so I'm not going to give you any suggestions on how to set up your car for each different track. But the basic different areas are aerodynamics, where you can adjust your wing angle, your braking, where you can adjust your balance of your braking front to back and how big of braking disc you have and such. You've also got the balance of the car, your suspension that you can adjust, your engine. When you're running a career, you get so many engines, and you can select also the amount of gas you want in your car when you go out and run practice sessions or qualifying laps. And then you've also got your alignment that you can adjust. The final car setup screen shows the load save area, and you can, once you make your setups, you can save your setup, and they are specific to individual tracks. So if you save a setup for a track that you're practicing at, it will only be good for or be able to load when you're at that track. So keep that in mind, that you may want to write down your settings separately for your setups. So if you've got a base setup, you can go plug that in at each track as a starter point and then fine tune it from there. So if you keep scrolling back until you get to the car top computer screen and then scroll right, you'll get to your engineering options. And the first selection in the engineering option is to go to the track. You can either drive out or you can do a flying lap. Driving out just takes you out of the pits and sends you toward turn 1. A flying lap will set you up within the last couple of corners and start you there heading toward the start-finish line, in case you don't want to do the warm-up lap coming out of the pits. The next option is quick setup. If you want to just run a quick setup, you don't have to go to your car setup screen. You can actually do it from the engineering section here, and you can select one of those 6 options, either from wet to dry, basically, for what kind of quick setup you want to put into the car. Next, you'll scroll down to the race director area, where you can see the drivers and what team they're running for, and where they're at, either in the garage or on the track, and what type of tire that they're actually using, and then the position that they're in the session that you're running. To toggle the table, you basically just look at race incidents, and as you can see there were none at that point. Going back, scroll down to options, and here's basically where you can control all of your gameplay settings. You've got driving assist, and it's all pretty much self-explanatory for all these things, but driving controls, on-screen display options, your audio options. So next is the session options. Basically, that's just a retire from the session or restart the session if you want to start over. If you don't feel, I guess, you're getting a decent enough session in. Following that is the mid-session save, and that's basically what it is with this game. You can run 100% races. A lot of people stay away from that because of the time commitment, but what Codemasters has done is they have programmed in here the ability to be part way through a session and save it, and then you can come back at a later date and finish it. So I believe you can do that in any one of the practice, qualifying, or race sessions to save that progress and then come back at a later time. So that's a pretty neat feature. Not that I've used it, but I may in the future when I get some time to actually run a full 100% season. Not really time, but because of the save, but a commitment to run the full 2014 season at 100% race length. And then finally, you have the quit to main menu button, which basically takes you back out of your career mode here or your racing screen mode and back into the main F1 screen. That's it. That's what I've got for today. Stay tuned. I'm going to have another feature on track adjustments and how you can adjust your car while you're on the track. F1 is a little bit different than other racing series or racing games that are out there, so stay tuned for that coverage. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and go Tigers.